A cloud cover makes my background a little bit easier to record. The sun typically is shining on a sunny day, blue skies, the sun would be shining right back there where you wouldn't be able to see the windmill and the gold mountain lounge back there. So a day like today, it's a nice day to be able to use that for my backdrop. Wanted to just kind of say this. Yesterday, or the day before, one of the two, I made a little remix. It's Charlie Kirk speaking with someone, and he makes a statement. He said, every society in history has believed in the afterlife, in some form or another. And then he also says something like 25,000, there are like 25,000 pieces of neurological science has come up with 25,000 evidences of the afterlife, life after death. And then he makes this statement. He says, what makes science right and everyone else wrong? So I made that little remix like that, and someone wrote, a lady or I assume lady because of the name, but wrote and said, I'm a Christian, and I believe that science and Christianity agree that God made science. Now, I'll just say this. I don't disagree with that statement. I do believe that God made science. I believe that it is the glory of God to conceal a matter and the honor of kings to find out a matter. So I think there are things that God has created in this world, and it is one of our benefits, is one of the joys of life, challenges and joys of life, is to discover those things that God has hidden within this universe. And that, I think, is true science. I believe that is true science. But today's modern science, so-called, really starts with the assumption that God does not exist, and then I think really sets out to prove its assumption. It's almost all that science is just trying to, modern science so-called, is an attempt to prove or disprove God. And so I'm going to say this: yes, science is a creation of God, and it's a glorious thing, and something that we can and should be involved in learning, discovering those things that God has created in this world. And because of those discoveries, wonderful things have happened. Men flying to the moon, incredible pieces of knowledge have been discovered. But the concept that science disproves God, really, it's despicable that they use science so-called, to draw young people away from God. That is a despicable use, and it's really a false God.